Welcome to this tutorial on Python magic methods. Today, we are going to demystify those strange functions you see with double underscores, specifically string representation and length methods. First, let's define what we are talking about. Magic methods, also known as Dunder methods for double underscore, are special methods that allow your custom objects to behave like built-in Python types. You rarely call them directly. Instead, Python calls them for you when you perform specific operations. Let's start with the __str___ method. Its primary purpose is to provide a string representation of your object that is readable for the end user. It is what gets displayed when you pass your object to the print function or wrap it in an F string. Here is how you implement it. We have a product class. Without a custom string method, printing this object would show a confusing memory address. But by defining the __str method, we return a nice, readable sentence describing the product. As you can see, the output is clear and helpful. Next up is the __repr__ method. This stands for representation. Unlike str, this is meant for developers. Its goal is to be unambiguous. Ideally, the string returned here should be valid Python code that you could copy and paste to recreate the object. This is what you see in the debugger or interactive console. Let's look at a point class. In our repr method, we format the string to look exactly like the constructor call used to create the object. This is incredibly useful for debugging because it tells you exactly what data the object holds. Printing repr of p shows us the explicit point creation syntax. To summarize the difference, use str for your users who need readable text and use repr for developers who need precise details. Also, remember a key rule. If you do not define a str method, Python will use your repr method as a fallback, which is why repr is often considered more critical to implement first. Now let's talk about the __len__ method. This allows your custom objects to have a size. When you pass your object to the built-in len function, Python internally calls this method on your object. Here we have a shopping list class that wraps a list of items. By implementing the len magic method and returning the length of our internal list, we can now use the standard len function on our shopping list instance directly, just like we would with a standard list or string. Let's see them all working together in a library class. We have a list of books. We implement str to say how many books we have, repr to show the actual list data, and len to return the count. This gives our class a fully integrated Pythonic feel that works seamlessly with standard Python functions. Here are some best practices to take away. Always implement repr for debugging. It saves you time later. Remember that str falls back to repr if it is missing, so you get 2 for the price of 1. And finally, ensure your len method always returns a non-negative integer to avoid runtime errors.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.